going on, everybody? So returning back actually to this channel after a while, a long hiatus. Lots has happened, lots has changed, for the better and for the worse in some cases for me. But I have gotten back to a place where I am okay, and I felt the need to actually make this video actually to get back into my channel because I started this channel solely with the purpose of providing motivation and um, just encouragement to people and anyone that I felt like would need it. And along the way, lost myself. However, I have refound myself once again and dealt with the trials and tribulations that have came with that. And I just wanted to follow back up and just show everyone and just give everyone just a little bit of an insight as far as what has been going on, and just to provide some level of support and insight and encouragement to anybody out there. Didn't really think about what I want to title this, other than stay encouraged. I had went through some things. I went through a very, very tumultuous summer, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about others, but most importantly, I was able to get back into me, and it forced me to actually reflect a lot on me and the type of person that I am, and that other people had seen me as, and didn't couldn't really see it any other way other than just providing just some level of support, because I said that that's always what I wanted to use this channel for. So just going back to the beginning, I guess I want to just convey the message within this video just to everyone or anyone that comes across or watches this video, is I just want you to never, ever, never doubt yourself at the end of the day. Um, no matter how hard things may get, no matter how bad things may seem, no matter what a person is telling you as far as the type of person that you are or who you are, remember that you have yourself, and that only you have the power to change your situation, if it be for the better or for worse. Uh, Oftentimes, sometimes we put our trust in people, and you can't necessarily fault them, and that's what I'm learning. And my specific situation, I spent a little while blaming others sometimes because I didn't get the level of support that I felt like I should have gotten from friends, from a significant other, and while I have my own personal feelings as far as what I feel about that, I'm not blaming anybody anymore for myself, because I feel like I was able to, in the end, I had myself, and that was what got me out of what I was in and got me to the place that I'm at today. With that, um, my mother and the man upstairs, I'll be completely honest with you, because I did have a few times where I did need some encouragement along the way, just along the lines of just doubting. Um, so just the reassurance alone was enough. But in any means, you never realize the power that you have within yourself until you're forced to have to deal with the situation, and that's honestly like what I learned. Aside from anything that I went through, or that I had to deal with, when it was all said and done, and it was like it was down to the wire, and like I had to, you know, the dark nights and everything else where I didn't know or understand what was going on. I just had myself. That's what I had to do. I had to rely solely on, me again, and get back into the idea of being able to live, for me and not for the aspect of someone else or what they wanted me to do. Uh, grateful for the fact that I was able to come out of that and realize that, and realize that I am very, very strong. And anything that anybody tells you in reference to that, don't believe it. You know, honestly, don't believe it. I'm so grateful for everything that I have overcome and just the place that I am at in my life now. I've been able to get back to a place, a certain level of peace that I can't say that I've ever had. I'm not the happiest man, but um, I'm at peace. You know, I may not understand everything to the degree of which it should be understood, but again, the peace factor is there, and I think that is very, very important when you are dealing with something, because sometimes you may not understand why you're going through a situation, why the situation happened the way that it did, why you had to deal with it, or, you know, just why certain events, you know, had happened, you know. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And I'm grateful for those that honestly stuck by and just didn't give up. Didn't give up on the potential. They didn't give up of what they knew and the type of person that I truly am. You know, I am a caring individual. Not perfect by any means, but I care and I have a heart. So, you know, at the end of the day, when I looked at situations and things that I had gone through, I can't say that I always understood everything again, but, you know, I got through it. But on the flip side of things, I had people that were there that were rooting for me that I didn't even know were rooting for me. I had people that cared, people that knew what I was capable of because they know the type of mindset that I have. They know the type of motivation that I have, the type of courage, the type of dedication, you know, the drive that I have. So they didn't give up, and behind closed doors they were rooting for me. They were praying for me. You know, they were encouraging me and telling me that I was able to, you know, I was going to be able to meet these standards and that I was going to get back to myself again. You know, I was going to get myself, my appearance, my everything, my mind, the way that it should be. And you know, I'm there, you know. So I'm beyond grateful. And I just want to tell anyone that may be struggling or going through something right now, you can get through it. And you will get through it. I don't care what the situation is. Believe that you can and speak it, no matter how bad the situation may look, no matter what level of whatever you're going through. I really do mean that from the bottom of my heart. You will get through it. It's going to take time, hard work, and dedication, but anything that is worth having takes exactly that. And I have someone very, very, very close to me, and you know, she always encouraged me no matter how dark my situation was. You know, my mother as well, but I think about, like I said, this particular woman, it's my god sister. You know, I was speaking to her last night and she just, it was just so good to hear her voice, number one, but most importantly, it was good to be able to call her and let her know, okay, I'm better. I'm doing better, and my mindset is where it needs to be. And all that she said to me is, she said, I knew that it was just a matter of time, and she's just glad that I got there. The negative connotations that may come with you going through something from someone. I mean, I definitely, I don't agree with that. So try to keep negativity away from you. Like I said, people that are being negative, they're not really trying to help your situation or really trying to do anything to help you besides put you down about it. I would probably not keep keep those people around because it's not very conducive to you getting better or getting out of whatever it is that you're going through. I was, extremely depressed and hurt, and a combination of things. And I learned, like I said, I had to just be reassured that, listen, dude, you got this. Like I said, you've gone through things, and I watched. It's crazy because we talked last night, and I watched this particular girl go through such a rough situation, a rough relationship, and I was always there providing that level of encouragement and support for her every step of the way, every step of the way. And when it came down to it, although I knew that I was supporting her, I never really understood the levels and depths of what it was that she was going through and how hard it was for her to go through that. And she went through it, not only went through it, but got through it, and now is in a great situation, with someone that loves her, God knows, like I said, as much as she loves them. And, she's doing great. But just the example of just her going through that alone was just a lot. And although I was a support system for her, I didn't necessarily understand fully what it was that she was going through until I was forced to go through it on my own. And I think that is a very huge part of why I hold that so dearly when it comes to her. Like, although we've always been close and tight and everything else, it's different when you actually go through something firsthand and you see it for yourself. It just kind of changes your entire outlook on it. And this is not a bash at, like I said, anyone that I had, been with in my past or anything like that. So if you happen to see this video, I don't want you to take it that way. But most importantly, I want you to take it as just seeing firsthand that, yeah, I did go through something, and maybe I did need a little bit more support from you than what may have been provided. But I don't hold it against you. I don't hate you or anything else, because like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like everything that I had gone through has made me the man that I am today. And maybe if, maybe you didn't understand how to be there. Maybe you were so upset or fed up with the things that had gone on that maybe you just couldn't be there. Like maybe it just wasn't comfortable enough for you to be there. So I can understand all of that. I may not agree with the way that things had gone, but I don't hold you hostage for or accountable for or blame you for any of that. But the point that I was getting at is just the fact that, yeah, maybe I did need it, but I went through it. And me going through a similar situation as she did, although she may not know it, like I said, she may not have, may not know, or maybe she does, but it has allowed me to see, to gain an insight to a situation and understand things a hell of a lot better than before. And actually, in my sense, I think, and my idea has honestly brought us a little bit closer, because now I can look at the situation and understand firsthand. Okay, well, she went through this, and I can actually understand it, and because it was so much that went on between, on a mental standpoint, on a physical standpoint, it was just so much that it changed me. It really did. Changed me. But I learned a lot along the way. A better man, doing a hell of a lot better. I'm actually doing better than I have ever been doing in my life. So I appreciate all of that. And it works for me. But yeah, her, and that was a solid support system. And my mother, I can't even begin to I can't even begin to, just express the level of gratitude that I have. And my mother probably will never understand, she'll never really know how much she actually did for me, just by motivating me or just by showing me that it was okay. Like just by just always being there and just sticking by my side and never giving up on me, because she knew the potential. She knew the man that I am and what the man that I was capable of being, and she never not once gave up. She never not once turned her back. And that speaks volumes when you watch yourself literally go down a downward spiral. So these are tears of joy. It just it's not anything hurting because I'm not anymore. But I just whenever I think about it and just the level of things and that my mother had gone through and what she endured and everything else, and this, I always attribute that to you know the level of motivation and everything that I have. And that's why I call this channel Mr. Motivation. And that's why I consider myself to be that, is because my mother motivated me to a point that I thought that I was completely finished. Like I was done. I was done trying. I was done trying to do better. I was done trying to pick up the pieces of my situation and fix what I had done. But she didn't allow me to do that. And because of that, like I said, I'm sitting in front of you today. Sitting in front of you today, a sober man and sober mind and, happy in my right mind, and just the level of strength that I hold regarding all that. It's huge. I wouldn't have been able to do it if I didn't have her. So I just want all of you to know, like I said, I just wanted to get onto this channel, return, and like I said, I'll be reposting these videos once again, and I'm gonna get back on top of my motivation channel once again, and just getting and letting everyone see that, it's possible, because you never know what a person needs to hear. You're looking at a person that has always been very strong, naturally, mentally very strong. And at the end of the day, we all go through things and need some sort of support. Everyone at the end of the day is always going to need somebody. So maybe I can be that somebody for someone else. So I love you all, and I appreciate you all for your prayers, those that have always stuck by me.